Hey there, friends. Today we're going to talk about self-responsibility through the lens of a question that keeps coming up, an issue that keeps coming up in my sessions with clients. People just keep mentioning lately that they don't know how to take things less personally. So that's the issue that we'll address today. How do I take things less personally? And specifically, how do I take other people's behaviors or things they say or don't say less personally? Because obviously, it sucks to be in feeling hurt regularly, right? That's not the way to be having a healthy, fun, joy-filled relationship. So yeah, let's take a look at that. There's a lot to it, so I'm just gonna give you one primary tip for today, and then we'll talk more about this in the next video. But the first key is to learn how to separate what's his stuff or his issues or her issues if your partner's a woman, from what your own stuff is, from your own issues, right? So this was huge for me when I learned this, and it was probably the biggest, most helpful, most empowering thing that I learned about relationships, about having healthier relationships early on. I learned this actually in childhood, probably in my maybe like around age 13 or something. And I learned this from my mom. So for years and years, I watched my mom and my stepdad at the dinner table and the way that they interacted. And my stepfather, who is a lovely human being, but would be kind of grouchy and irritable at that time of day. And for some reason, my mom would often feel, because of his behavior, very belittled or criticized and hurt. So she would take all these things that he said and take them very personally. And it was a very painful dynamic until she figured out, I don't exactly know how she figured this out, but to tell herself that, oh, that's just his stuff, right? That's his issue. It's not my issue. And she told me this story, this insight that she had. And it really changed my view of relationships, that like we could have that kind of power over our own experience, right? So that's my tip for you, is to when you notice that you're taking something personally, something that someone else has done, that you say to yourself, you make it your mantra to say that's his stuff or that's her stuff, and not make it mean something about you. Right? It's their own issue coming from who knows what. Maybe they're tired. Maybe they're grouchy. Maybe they ate poorly today and it's affecting their brain chemistry, right? So yeah, maybe they're like trying to quit smoking. One of my clients said that recently about her partner when he had a kind of a grouchy moment with her. So understand that. That's his stuff, right? So yeah. So in the next video, we'll talk about actually cleaning up kind of your experience. So taking more responsibility for your own experience and your own stuff. And I'll give you some tips and tricks about how to deal with that and make it so that you can, just like my mom was able to learn to do, let anything that you're tempted to take personally instead roll off your back the way water does off a duck's back. So I invite you to head on over to my blog. I posted a link below this video where you can actually comment on this and experiment with this and tell me how it goes. I'm so interested in if you've been taking anything personally, if you're able to just say to yourself, oh, that's his stuff, that's her stuff, and see what that does. So head on over there, comment, let me know how it works out for you. And I'll see you in the next video.